and we tried to script things. We realized we're absolutely atrocious actors, and if we write out a script, Annie says I just put on like an American newscaster voice, like,
so
and today we are having
like,
fun.
Stop it! You're doing it again. You're like being a broadcaster. Like, what's happening right
Hence,
now? Hi everyone, welcome back. We finally made it home from Georgia, and yeah, it was a great summer. But now we're gonna get into. Just sit there like a mannequin.
well, you went off topic. It seemed like you had a weird, awkward pause. I thought we were going to start again, and then you just decided to throw it onto me.
We'll just keep going. All right, so what's happening here? What's the video for today?
Today's video is about the good, the bad, and the ugly of YouTube and starting a YouTube channel. We've been doing it for over a year now, at least over a year that people actually watched a bunch of our videos.
Yeah.
And it still surprises us that people do. But yeah, we're gonna get into the specifics of it. And since I can't talk, I do have to blame jet lag. It's not been that long since we got home. The kids are not sleeping yet, and we're ready.
Zach also had a 4 a.m. shift today, so yeah, we're
Feeling good.
all off.
Feeling good.
All right, so the first pro about becoming a YouTuber is that it has sort of made us get out of our comfort zone and forced us to travel.
Yeah, this was one of the things that we moved here for, is to get out and do more things as a family. And it's so easy when life gets busy to just not do that. So having almost the requirement to make a video is like, okay, we've got to plan something, and it turns out to help us so much better.
Yep.
Wow, those words didn't make sense, but it pushes us to do these things, and we look back and really are grateful that we've done those things.
And we do the research now to think like, okay, what would be fun? What would be fun for a family? What would be great just for us to do? And yeah, some of the trips that we've done, one of my favorites was going down just outside of London to a town called Amersham, and seeing everything down there was just so picturesque, so English countryside, and I enjoyed it.
The first one she picks is like our most expensive trip.
Most expensive.
Simple Scottish living.
Let's go to England.
Michelin-starred dining.
Oh, and before we get too far into this, for any of you new here just wanting to learn about YouTube, Zach and I are married. We have 3 kids, and we moved just last year from California to Scotland, his home country. So yeah, that's what we're doing here.
As we mentioned, we're just recently back from our trip across the pond to Georgia, which makes this the perfect time to talk about today's video sponsor, Level 8. Last time, I was showing off the Gibraltar aluminium 20-inch carry-on case. Well, this week it's the turn of the Voyager checked 26-inch in a vibrant black and yellow color. Believe it or not, this was the only case Annie used to pack for her and 3 kids when they flew off to Georgia. Okay, so let's talk features. The innovative handle design maximizes your base for packing. No wasted space inside. It has an aluminium alloy telescopic handle for comfortable travels, which is as wide as the case and means you can grab it from just about anywhere. And just like my case, the 360-degree quiet spinner wheels move without making a noise. It has TSA approved locks for streamlined security checks. There's also an interior compression system for neat, secure packing, as well as a wet-dry separation pocket for smart, clean organization. Made from light yet durable polycarbonate construction, this thing is built to last. This case is so smooth and easy to use that even our 9-year-old could handle it in the airport.
So now that you know our 2 favorite cases, head over to Level 8 to see if you can find one for yourself. Don't forget to use our code Scottish Living for 10% off. But go back to the Michelin stars.
Yeah, skipping that, other amazing trips. I think still, at least my favorite, possibly yours as well, is going up to the Highlands.
Oh, incredible.
I had never been that far north in my own country, which was shocking and shameful, but just absolutely breathtaking. No Michelin star meals, delicious homemade meals up there, but just seeing that part of the country, and it's something we've always spoken about, but never had time to do when we just came over here to visit. Driving the 3 to 6 hours with kids in the car just doesn't make sense. But doing that ourselves was just incredible.
It was so cool. And it's just sort of a no frills trip. Like what you are taking in is the beautiful countryside. Everything is just such like a joy to the senses. And I will let you know that we are going back up there shortly. So look out for another video.
And even further this time. So yeah, big trips like that are incredible, but also just forcing ourselves to explore our local area, doing the little walks and the beaches and almost checking them off the list. Like, oh, we did that one last week, so let's try this one. Or, well, we've already shown people this one, so let's show them this one. And it just adds the variety, and again, just so nice to see what we have on our doorstep. And these are the things that we came to enjoy with the family.
Yep. And because we like to practice what we preach, we talked about wanting to move over here for a more simple life, to be a part of the community, to really take advantage of all the resources around us. We are now like looking at all the shops in our area, walking and supporting the local businesses. And yeah, it's just something that is one of the huge pros of what YouTube has allowed us to do.
Plus these nature locations we have on our doorstep are mostly at my favorite price, which is $3.99.
Yep.
So that's great, and just there's no boundaries then to just go for a walk in the woods or on a beach, or especially with Finnegan and the kids. Like it's just, and we just got back from Georgia, but you probably wouldn't know it by the weather. It's
phenomenal.
Mid to high 20s, I think, today, and just no humidity, thankfully. But yeah.
Yeah. And for you US folk watching, we've been getting weather between 65 and 75. It's glorious.
Which doesn't sound that impressive, but
no, it's beautiful.
It's perfect.
We'll take it, and no rain.
So going on from experiences, having a channel has presented us with so many cool opportunities already. There's one that we still cannot talk about. There's another incredible one, Escape to the Country, that we have mentioned before. Annie did not believe me when I phoned her and said we had an email waiting from Escape to the Country.
I was like, you're a liar, you're a dirty liar. That's not true. My favorite show in the whole world.
So things like that, they were never on our radar to try and achieve. But the fact that people reached out just because of what we were doing was amazing. And just, I couldn't believe it.
It's pretty incredible. And then moving from opportunities that have presented themselves to sort of friendships that have evolved through the channel and the community that we've built here.
Yeah.
So that was shocking to me. I never expected to actually meet people through our channel and then to have meetups with random strangers. We do vet you. And then to actually have them as lifelong friends.
Yeah, so much online is just seen as negative, and sometimes those are the louder voices. But when you actually dive deeper into a channel like ours, you start seeing the same names, and they're positive, supporting. They've taught us so much, especially me. They've given us suggestions. They've linked us up with other people. Just all because they want to help us and want to sort of see our journey continue, which has been very humbling and just incredible.
Oh, we got little eyes in the door.
All right, back from our toddler interruption. Like we were saying, all these people we've been in contact with, met in person, met online. We said at the start of this journey, if we could help one person make one thing easier, if they wanted to do this move, then we consider it a success. And I think we can safely say we've helped quite a few people.
Thousands.
I don't know about thousands, but definitely people who have reached out with specific situations, which we love and we've been able to help and they've been thankful for, is just a great feeling. And so that box is definitely checked. And like Annie said, we've made friends through this that we definitely foresee being friends with for the foreseeable future, forever. Kind of expect there to be lots of strange people on the internet, and there definitely is, but more often than not, they seem to be genuine, nice, just authentic people, and that's great. That's great. That's great.
And if we haven't responded to some of you in the emails, I'm sorry. We're just completely overwhelmed with the amount.
Only about 5 or so weeks behind in our emails.
But like we said, we do our best to get through to all of them and to answer your questions, especially if it's related to moving or questions about that, because we reached out to people when we were moving over and it was so helpful. So
yeah. Another apology. If you see us in person and say hi, just expect us to be like weird, like robots or something, because we've still not mastered that art.
That is so hard.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm still like, oh, they don't actually know. It must not be me. They're thinking it's like, they're thinking I'm somebody else or something like that. We even met somebody in the airport and we're just there with the kids and we're just like, have a nice trip.
Yeah,
too.
I was like, we never talk like this, but it's like someone comes up to you that you don't know and says hello, and the nicest people ever. And it's just like,
everyone that said hi has been so nice, and then we feel bad because they're sort of like happy, and we're not giving much back to them, and we're like, yeah.
We usually have like children in tow too, so trying to like not have a child run into the street while we like try to talk. So I'm sorry. Yes, good one.
And
to bring
then
up.
the people at the airport as well, we like talked to them. And then we just ended up standing behind them in the line.
We're like, guess we're all going this way together. But they were great. I like that.
I guess another thing for this YouTube thing is like, none of this comes too naturally to us.
No.
We could have a channel 18 times as large if we just did our B-roll about how many times we mess up and all that sort of stuff. But that's all part of the fun for us. And
that's a positive though, like getting to become better speakers as I can't say anything. But not being so nervous on camera and sort of not caring as much about like versus our first video. I felt like we tried really hard and then we realized that's not natural. You cannot do that. No one likes that.
Yeah, we can go into that briefly because the first video, it was Annie's pet project. And it took you a solid like month or two to be like happy enough to show people.
I had to learn how to use equipment though, and there was a lot going into this.
Anyway, and we tried to script things. We realized we're absolutely atrocious actors, and if we write out a script, Annie says I just put on like an American newscaster voice, like, so and today we are having
like,
fun.
Stop it! You're doing it again. You're like being a broadcaster. Like, what's happening right now?
Hence, we have bullet points, which are handwritten, and then we just kind of go from there with what we're thinking and feeling. So
bullet point number 1: get to do things. Moving on to our next bullet point. Oh, this is probably what most of you have come here to watch. Sponsorships.
A divisive topic and one that we hummed and hawed about for quite some time.
Yes.
Over to you.
So the pros, sponsorships will also be in the cons. But the pros about sponsorships, obviously, it gives us money, income, which you don't typically make much off of YouTube itself and YouTube ads. So having those sponsorships, even if it's a 1-minute little segment, each video truly does help us out immensely. I can't even tell you how much it's made a difference for us.
Yeah, just like for that Emerson one, for example, that would not have been possible. It was not in our budget to do had we not had a sponsorship that worked well with that video, with a brand we were happy to work with. So it's a double-edged sword. We'd love it if we just had all the free money in the world to do whatever we wanted and take you on wonderful trips all over the world. But the reality is for us, moving across to a new country, starting new jobs,
buying a house,
we always knew these first year or two would be like a rebuilding year. And we've said it in other videos, the biggest hit we took was financial. Those numbers in California are just a lot bigger than the numbers in Scotland. And
they are.
That's fine with us because we've adapted to that lifestyle. But then to add this element in just makes it easier on the pocketbook to keep things rolling along.
And yeah, we'll go more into this in the negatives, but sponsorships, it has been a huge positive for us because it's allowed us to continue with the channel and to continue getting to explore more of Scotland, the UK, and hopefully Europe eventually.
And just even having brands that we've used in the past or really like and support reach out to us, or we reach out to them. It's just nice.
we're still waiting on this one company. We reached out. We want a little doggy jacket. I guess they didn't want to work with Finn. I don't know what's going on here.
I will say that's another pro, is just if there's something we want or need, we just reach out, and if we can fit it in a video, then that's great.
Keep our fingers crossed. A lot of times we're denied.
Oh yeah.
We're too little. But then same thing, when companies reach out to us, we deny more than we take on as well. So we will try each product before we actually do something with it. We would never sponsor or allow a sponsor if we hadn't actually trialed the products or were frequent users, like Wise.
Yes.
So yes, or like the projector. We are obsessed with the projector. I want everyone to buy this projector. It's amazing. Even my dad wasn't very convinced. And then by the end of the trip, when he was visiting us, he was like, oh yeah, this projector is pretty nice.
That's a prime example, because we were on the fence on projectors, like, oh, it'll be washed out, doesn't work. We trialed that thing before we advertised it. It worked incredibly well beyond our expectations, solved the problem of having a TV in it, and we were just like, okay, yes, we like.
Check. All right. Do you remember the next one?
I do not.
Me neither. Bullet points. Oh, this is a good one.
Wait, the others weren't? This is a good one now.
This is my favorite one. Getting to spend, I won't say uninterrupted time together.
No, because we just were interrupted.
But getting to spend time together and actually reflecting weekly on sort of what this move has brought to us and added to our lives.
Yeah, it's sometimes not what you want to do on the day, but after every single video, especially these sit down ones where it's just us, I just feel like happier, and it just feels like we spent like quality time together, which can be a hard thing to have together when you've got a busy life with 3 kids. But I mean, we fell in love with each other's personalities and each other's humor. And I feel, especially in this environment where it's unscripted, just kind of going off of what each other are saying, it sort of shows our little personalities again, and how goofy.
And we're forced to touch each other. We have to be within this little window. So we're touching each other, laughing at each other. It's like benefit. A date night.
And then Annie gets to outdress me every time as well. I didn't realize we were doing summer gala wear.
I got a new dress and I wanted to flaunt it. Sorry.
I got a new polo shirt, so I put a polo shirt on.
So I was like, I guess I'll put on a polo
This is me dressed up. But yeah, reminiscing is fun. Just laughing with each other and laughing at each other and ourselves is just nice. And not having to explain the joke when the kids are present about this little thing we remember from 10, 15 years ago, whatever it is. So, yeah, I guess, I mean, we could just shut the kids in the room and have a conversation, I guess, but we're going to film it for your enjoyment as well.
Okay, so that is probably the gist of the pros. I don't want this video to go on for like 7 hours. So let's go into the cons or the negatives. The bad.
Yes. And the first one, which we definitely underestimated, is just how much effort and time and work putting together a 15 to 30 minute video takes.
I am absolutely shocked. I'm not technologically savvy, let's say, and I'm the one doing the editing just because Zach's working a full-time job and my job.
And she's very artistically creative.
Yes.
So like the beauty that you see in those videos is 100% Annie. Well, actually 99.9%. I sometimes have little ideas here and there, but most of the time it's Annie, and she's also a perfectionist. So she doesn't like putting out anything that's not up to a standard she's happy with. And that can mean she's sometimes editing for an entire day or 2 days or 3 days, depending on how intricate the video is. There's still a video we've part filmed that we've not put out just because Annie can't face the amount of work the editing will take. So yeah, and that's not even including the time it takes to plan the event, film the event, maybe get childcare if we need it just to be us, or getting the kids ready to do the outdoor activity anyway.
Make sure all of our devices are charged. There's just so much that I never possibly imagined, and this is probably good for anyone watching this video about the pros and cons of starting a YouTube channel. Whatever time you think it's going to take you to get out your first video, your first 50 videos plus, just like times that by 5 to 10, because I'm still to this day, like, how am I still here 3 hours later? So learning to figure out how to do that, learning to be okay with it not being maybe what I would see in my mind. I want to be like a videographer, but I don't have that skill set. So seeing my stuff go out, or our stuff, I should say, and it not look like a videographer, I'm like, oh, it's painful. But I also don't have the time to study to learn how to do those things just yet.
Yeah, both of us have a very basic understanding about cameras, how they work, lighting, shutter speed, this and the other. But all these videos are filmed on an iPhone.
Yes.
Maybe a couple are on a action camera. But other than that, it's all Annie's iPhone, and there's only so many settings you can change. And so when we're sitting in our kitchen or in here, it's just because the light looks the best to our eye, and we don't know how to fix it otherwise. We don't have a lot of equipment, which I think is another thing to bear in mind. You don't need to buy a amazing like Sony camera and full setup rig or lighting rig and all this and the other. Well, maybe you do if you think our videos look like rubbish, but...
I think another con is I didn't realize this. I guess I did.
Indecisive?
No. I am a procrastinator. And so it pains me to be sticking to a schedule or a timeline. And know that going into this. YouTube wants you to put out a video weekly if you want to get pushed by the algorithm. And
the algorithm.
the mighty algorithm. And I just like sticking to a timeline and trying to get to that is such a challenge for some reason.
That's been the biggest stressor for me by far. I'm very much like the organizer, the planner. If somebody's like, okay, we're going to do this, I will make that happen. But I'm not very good at like, oh, this would make a good video this week, or just like deciding on the topics. And there is pressure, like I said, there's pressure every week to put out something. And so every week we finish the filming and the editing and we see all your lovely comments and this and the other. And it's like, okay, what's next? And this was partly our fault because we didn't have like a backlog of videos planned ahead of time. We did speak about that before we moved, and I think that was the plan. But then reality, and also I guess there's another con, like getting caught up in the analytics.
Yes.
So we had our first few videos. I think it was our home tour video, which might be our like 4th or 5th video. I
think like around the 4th video, some started getting pushed by the algorithm.
So the home tour, whichever the home tour one was,
I think we got before that.
But that was when we got a lot more subscribers, and that one was one of the first that kind of took off for us. And so you see that and you're like, oh, cool, this is exciting, and all these people are asking questions, and we're helping people, and this and the other. And so you're like, all right, let's do another one. What we should have done is probably filmed all these things the first 6 months and then released them with ones in the pipeline.
But that would have been smart.
We were too gung-ho and trigger happy.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
And who has time? I mean, we just don't have time to do that. So time is a con. Making that time schedule work. But if you have a lot of free time on your hands, I think a YouTube channel could be great. Keep it positive.
All right. Is there another con category?
There is. Comments.
Comments. Oh, yes.
So luckily, Zach and I have thick skins. I grew up with 3 brothers. Zach grew up with a brother. We both played sports our whole lives. Plus, I was law enforcement for 7+ years. So basically, what I got 90% of my day was just people shouting at me or saying mean things to me or whatever. And it was just like, okay, have a nice day. So that helped. Don't take it personally. So yeah, negative comments come. Even if you're saying the nicest things on the planet, there are going to be people who find you absolutely disgusting and hate you.
Or your accent confusing or disgusting, or
the way that you touch your hair, just so gross.
I thought it was your face. Don't touch your face so many times. We could easily do a whole video just laughing at all these comments. And at one point, we had the idea of doing, I don't know, like a video of us just enjoying like a beer, a glass of wine, going through some of the like nasty comments. Kind of like there's late night US TV shows where they go and do a segment called Mean Tweets.
Oh, yeah,
where celebrities read off like mean tweets and just like respond to them. We thought about doing that just because it was funny.
I mean, I've never seen people get so up in arms about like, no, my peas were 59 pence. And then they like come at you like at the jugular. I'm like, oh wow, okay, it's all right. Like it's part of the gig, right?
Yeah, and on that point, no matter how much you explain something or like caveat or just like, hey, this was, yes, we know California is expensive. We use California because we used to live there. And it's like, that's not representative of the US. Like, other than like our title saying US groceries, I don't think we made that claim. And there's lots of things I'd like to say back to some of these people, but it's not worth it. It's so much more fun just to laugh it off and like, you're right, we're idiots or whatever. Like, kind of laugh with them, kill them with kindness. But that did take, I remember the first few we got, we were like, what? What do you mean? We've not even like, we've literally said nothing offensive or divisive or anything. Just like, we're moving to Scotland. It's like, oh, yuck, Scotland's the worst. Like, why are you escaping that country? I'm like, wait, what's going on? What
goes along with this is that what pains me more than any comment is when we make a video that we really like and are excited about, and then it flops, but then something that we're like, just throw this together, like that's all we have time for this week, and then that one goes viral. I'm like, what is happening? Like that I find hard.
Yeah, yeah.
But once again, that's just, it's part of the process.
And I think, that is another con, because you can sometimes get sucked into that mindset of, well, I want to do this video, but I know this video will get more views.
Yeah.
And that's actually something we've been reflecting on recently, because we don't want to get sucked into that. We want to continue doing this for the reasons we started doing it, showcasing our simpler life, a better work-life balance, exploring nature, family first, all that sort of stuff. So can you think of an example of a video that might not be along that?
Not off the top of my head.
Because some of those, the shopping ones, they usually do quite well, but we also found those videos helpful before we were moving to get like just an idea of prices, this and the other. I'd like to say we've not done a video that's completely like a sellout.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Do you have one planned?
Next week.
Next week we're doing some feet pictures.
I was just to say, no, we haven't sold out yet.
But it's coming.
But that is one of those things, like you feel like you're chasing the algorithm, and I don't like that. I want us to get back to doing the videos that make us really happy, that we enjoy doing. And for me, those are the ones where we explore more of Scotland, because I love it here. I love the UK. I want to show what it truly does have on offer. That brings me the most joy.
Yeah, and that also ties into like some of our titles. The titles need to be captivating enough that people might click on it.
Yeah.
But we don't want them to be like complete clickbait. I think we've all seen those videos where it's the title says something and you watch the entire video, and then maybe in the last 30 seconds they mention something on that topic and you're like, oh, that was nothing about that. So we don't want to do that at all. But we also want to share experience, so that's why why we might say UK, because it grabs more people's attention than maybe just Scotland in some of our titles. US groceries versus UK groceries versus like Georgia versus Scotland, or like one tiny town in California versus one tiny town in Scotland. Like they're just people aren't going to find that if they're trying to find that information.
And if you're putting that much effort into editing of a video and creating it, then you do want to like make a little bit of money off of it if possible, and actually get some views. So
and reach
get
the people
that trade-off.
so they can use it to help their move as well.
Yeah, definitely.
The last thing we're going to say relating to comments or people's reactions is often when we do a video, obviously comparing the two countries, because that's our experience and that's what our channel is kind of about, people will instantly pit the two countries against each other. Like, oh yeah, the food might be cheaper there, but it's filled with chemicals or this, that, and the other. And that's been hard for us because we've been very clear from the start that we had a great life in America and we're very happy with our life here. Those two things can be true at the same time.
Right.
And we did not escape. The timing of our move suggests that we like escaped this terrible country, which is just not the case. We could have stayed there and been happy and made it work. We just wanted to try this. This was the right time for our family. And we're, like I said, delighted with the life we had and everything we did in the States, and delighted with our decision to move.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard for you as well. Like your home country often gets berated by some of our more negative commenters.
Yeah, so I guess that probably affects me more than anything that someone could say about me personally doesn't affect me. But when people go on a rant and I still have all my loved ones still in the States, and I'm like, like, it's just hard to hear people like berating your country. And same for like you in the UK. Like if Americans come at like the UK, I haven't seen that as much, but we have more of a British audience. So that's
I think the sort of most talked about device. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Divisive. Okay.
Divisive.
Thing that I've noticed is if we dare to mention like Scotland or UK, or mention UK without mentioning like. I am a proud Scotsman, but I also know we live in the United Kingdom, and that's about the extent of anything I'm trying to push on anybody. Like Annie said, sometimes we use UK just to reach a wider audience. This channel has never been about politics or anything like that. We've made that clear at the start as well. We're not trying to get into any serious contentious issues like that. So I guess that would be my version of people hating on America. People hate on the way we use the terms like interchangeably, and I don't know what else to say about that without getting attacked further. But this next one was something we made a decision about very early, and that was not to include the kids in this channel almost at all. You will have seen them in the background, or we brought them along to do the tasting of the Colin the Caterpillar cakes and stuff, but we don't show their
family outings. Like they're in the videos, but if a face is shown, we blur it. We just want to keep their
don't use
identities.
Their names. We don't say exactly where we live or what schools they go to, because we have to understand how what we're doing now could affect them now or later in life.
Yep.
And that also extends to why we've not shared the jobs that we do.
Yes.
Because this is just our opinion and we don't want that to affect our careers, jobs, anything like that. And this is just supposed to be a bit of lighthearted fun to show you our lives. Because
we're not perfect. We make mistakes. We say things. We fumble over our words at times. And if anything's misinterpreted, we would never want that to get back and somehow affect our family in any capacity.
I mean, the amount of mistakes I've made about my own country and how to eat certain foods. I was almost physically assaulted by an Irishman for eating that soda farl so incorrectly. No, he was joking about it, but just little things like that. Like it's been a huge learning curve for us. So we could make this more curated, and we sometimes from this feedback we do some more research so we don't sound like complete idiots. But I think part of that is the appeal, like for those people who watch it for our personalities as well, like
just common people, not curating anything, just trying to live our lives, trying to show our lives.
Don't have it all figured out, just learning as we go, relearning for me. And and I think for some of the stuff as well, we would like to include the kids more. Like there'd be a lot of fun stuff we could show you if we included the kids, but that's just a hard line that we made early at the start. and not going to change.
That is one thing we wanted to mention as well. With this community that we've built, everyone has given us such amazing recommendations of places to go, things to see, places to try foods at, restaurants.
Places to try foods at.
And we do...
That jet lag talk is really catching up to us.
It is. What was I going to say? But we do a lot of this off camera just so we can be fully immersed in the experience with our kids and not feel like we're taking away from it, because that is a con. I'll say that's a con.
That is the next bullet point, I think.
I think this is our last one. It's filming and trying not to get your kids' faces and then trying to catch the perfect shots while out with the family. You really don't get to take in that experience with the family.
Yeah.
It takes away from it.
What it boils down to for us is essentially Annie does 90% of the filming and I look after the kids. And so she's missing out on little things that the kids are doing here and there, and it can be a challenge. I'll just put it that way. Has it ruined anything yet?
Never ruined.
Not ruined.
I think it just made it to the point where I was like, with these kids' outings, I'm going to put down the camera. We'll videotape our outings more so. Yeah. And I think that's sort of the middle ground we've found. But if there's something really fun and we want to show a glimpse, we're going to do that too.
Talking about children. What's up?
Okay.
Okay, enough about the negativity. No one likes to hear about negativity. So we'll recap our most positive, which I think we've both agreed is just the time we get to ourselves, slightly interrupted, to talk, reminisce, joke, laugh at each other, ourselves. And
really appreciate what we've done together and sort of this new life we've created, and enjoy it. We get to reflect weekly, and that is the best part by far of this YouTube channel.
Yeah, we intend to, continue to stay true to how we started this, which may mean that every once in a while the videos aren't as frequent, or as watched.
Because they'll be the videos that we really like making.
Just like our first Highlands video was probably still our favorite video we've made.
Yeah, definitely one of them.
But it's definitely not our best performing video.
No.
So we're going back to the Highlands. So.
And we're going to make you watch it again. But on another note of things we're making you watch, Finnegan, come here. Come here.
He says no.
Come on. You can do it.
Come, yes. This guy will probably end up getting many more views than us anyway. So yeah, we've started making little shorts, which again came about as a recommendation from a viewer and friend.
Yes.
Who thought it would be cool to see some of what we do from Finnegan's perspective. Now he's still getting used to the camera that we strapped to his back. He does not like that. But and
anytime we try to take a video of him, he immediately runs at the camera. So we got to work on some training, but it's coming along.
Just a bit of fun on the shorts, and then it will be cool to sort of put the camera on him and see the background of what we're doing. And so
look out for the shorts. But I think that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any questions either about YouTube or about the moving process, feel free to reach out to us. What else do you want to say?
Our email is in our About Us on YouTube. We also have a website, simplescottishliving.co.uk or .com. And we have a contact form on that to suggest trips that you might want us to do, which has been amazing. People have already sent a bunch of ideas, and the Highlands trip has basically been curated for us.
Yes.
So that makes things a lot easier for us with everything else going on in life. As always, thank you so much. None of this would be possible without you guys watching.
We appreciate each and every one of you so much. We truly do.
Even you meanies out there.
Your comments do get the algorithm pushing a little bit more, so we'll take it. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
Bye.